For anyone that's using it, you can see the dramatic improvements in full self-driving, where it's getting to the point where interventions are extremely rare, and eventually they'll get to the point where there really is no need to intervene. Like the car is going to be better than human. In fact, maybe it's worth emphasizing that it's not that Tesla full self-driving will be equal to humans in safety. It will be ultimately 10 times safer than a human.
So that's what Elon Musk does. He goes on conferences like that. He goes on podcasts and he lies. He said, no, I'm not saying he says things that turn out not to be true. He says things that he knows are not true when he says them, because that gets people to invest in Tesla and that makes him the richest person in the world. That is how he has made all of his money, is by overhyping things. And that is what he's done. And that is, you could have a problem with that economically, but some people have lost far more thanks to him overhyping things, especially like safety features. And so he's now being sued following a tragic event where a Tesla veered into a semi truck, resulting in several deaths. This is Nathan Blaine, who accuses Tesla and Musk of having, quote, intentionally misrepresented the safety of their vehicles and the driver assistance features. Quote, based on representations the Blaines heard made by Musk and Tesla, they believed it was a safer driver than a human driver of conventional vehicles. And you see it in, like, again, the Tesla was not operating in full self-driving, but the Teslas are not capable of full self-driving. And by the way, there are responsible people at Tesla that have tried to push back on this branding, like the engineers who actually made it. Bear in mind, Elon Musk couldn't make literally any of this. But what he does do is make the work of their actual engineers and then say, well, how can I lie to people to make it seem more impressive than it is? And he does. He says it's full self-driving. He says some of the cars will be capable of it, that actually never will be. He gets people to put down massive deposits, knowing that those cars are never gonna have these technological features. He's a massive liar, and to no one does he lie more than to the people who trust him the most. But that said, some people have lost far more than most. According to Nathan's complaint, his wife Jennifer Blaine was driving the car to pick up their daughters Denali and Emily, along with Emily's husband Zachary, just before 10 p.m. And their Model X suddenly swerved into the oncoming lane while driving through a gentle southward curve. The Tesla slammed into an oncoming semi truck having a load weighing 90,000 pounds. The front end was crushed rearward, crushing all of the occupants. All 4 members, as well as their dog Peaches, died at the scene. And the suit targets Tesla's Autosteer feature. That's a punched up version of cruise control that detects lane markings, road edges, and the presence of vehicles and objects to intelligently keep their vehicle in its driving lane. Though it's in beta, the feature is available to Tesla owners for free, unlike the automaker's more advanced autopilot and full self-driving modes. The suit also implicates Tesla's other safety systems, such as its lane departure warning and emergency lane departure avoidance systems, arguing they defectively failed. And again, this is all in an environment where people have been being told for years by Musk that these cars are autonomous or soon will be. And like, can you really think that they're being crazy to think that their car shouldn't suddenly veer into traffic when he keeps telling people, oh, someday we're gonna flip a switch and your car's just gonna go out there and be a taxi for people. You're not even gonna have to pay attention to it. That's not true. It is just not true. And he has been lying to people. This suit, of course, is gonna have to be individually adjudicated, Sharon. But I feel so bad for this family. What do you make of it?
They are victims of this guy and all of his lies. He should not be trusted by anyone. There should be no fans of Tesla as long as he's the face of the brand, because he's a liar in a lot of things. He lied about the water, the Palisades fires out in California. Got caught lying in real time. So if you can't trust him with the algorithms on X, with his little, chainsaw thing he did, he can't be trusted. You get in his cars, he's spying, he's taking information. This is my opinion, okay? He's got all of this technology at his fingertips and he's not using it for good. He's using it for greed and self gratification. And I think it's sick that this family is gone and he's not really, in my view, doing anything to fix it. It's all about him and his commercial success and being known as the richest guy and the brains behind. Is he the brains behind this stuff? And who would want to claim it on a day like this?
No, it's absolutely gross. And by the way, lots of companies have stuff like this, But lots of companies do not have insane carnival barkers who've lied to people about how successful and how capable the systems are. He does that. So this is like the fact that people still think he's a genius. What does he produce now? Cybertrucks where your family can burn alive inside of it. And a lot of child pornography on Twitter. He's produced that. It doesn't seem to care about the deaths, doesn't seem to care about the child porn. That's what he's putting out into the world, and I will judge him accordingly.